Ghetto girls.
How's this one go? The way we walk, the way we talk. No,
I couldn't tell you. Anyway, Black at it again for another not so private conversation.
You know how we do it.
Last week was pretty heavy, so
it was pretty heavy, but a lot of good things happened during the week. We had a Blacknificent week.
Seriously, a lot of change happened within a week, because as soon as we finished recording, the change started, because like the next day the officers would get charged, and police was being defunded. Like a lot of stuff was happening. That's really good, but it was really heavy to talk about. I was really anxious listening back to our episode, but I think it's okay for us to decompress, take a break. I think it's actually, it's good to take a break from the world's events, to just breathe and collect yourself, to smile and laugh. So I definitely wanted to lighten the mood this week.
Okay.
I went to AutoZone last week sometime.
Get in the
and I have to say, shout out to the brother at AutoZone who was checking me out. I went to go pick up something small. I don't even remember what it was. And it was a Black guy who was checking me out. He was like, yo, your hair looks really nice. Like, you got that natural look.
Oh my God, I love that compliment.
Right? So my hair is in long 2-strand twists right now. And so he was like, you really killing this. He was like, your hair is banging. And I was like, okay then. So you know how ladies
Where are all the people like that?
Where are they? Apparently he was at AutoZone. But ladies know how it is. Like, a lot of times guys don't care what you look like. They're going to try to holler at you regardless.
Yeah.
You could be looking like microwave death, and they going to try to holler at you.
Yeah.
And so usually like when guys do compliment me, unfortunately, I just like brush it off. Like if we on the pass by and you just like, try to holler or throw out a little compliment, it's like, okay, keep it moving. But for some reason, that day, I guess I really needed to hear an affirmation. And it was the perfect time, like the perfect moment. He don't even know, like he lifted my spirit. He affirmed me, and like I was like, this is my quarantine here. We roughing it out here. But his compliment was so genuine. Like it definitely made me smile. It made the rest of my day. Like he was complimenting my little dusty head. It made your girl feel good.
That's like, always a good thing. And it's not just when guys do it, like when girls do it. I get it a lot from girls. Like, you know what? I'm not going to say I get it more from girls. I get the compliments I get from girls are different than the ones I get from guys. Like the last time I had something like that happen to me out in public, I was pumping gas, like at a busy intersection, and the guy literally pulled into the gas station to talk to me, but it wasn't like a genuine compliment. It did not lift my spirits. It was like, he said, damn, your ass look good in them tights, girl. Yeah! Because I was wearing like workout tights.
Bro.
And I ignored him because I had headphones in, but I didn't have anything playing. So like the whole time I'm just like trying to wedge my key between my finger just in case I have to like stab him in the neck. You never know. So, and he pulls around in front of my truck, so I have to see him. Oh. And he says it again. And I just look at him and I ignore him. And he was like, oh, I ain't one of them creeps or nothing like that,
yes,
sir.
You are.
Yes, you are. You're definitely a creep.
Look at the difference between the compliment from the dude from AutoZone and the gas station guy.
And then like a girl, like the last compliment I got from a girl was like, oh my gosh, Jeanne, your skin looks so beautiful. It's just like the difference in it. But I know exactly what you mean. And when I get compliments like that from guys too, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so nice because it's not like flirting. It's just like a genuine compliment.
Usually you get a flirting vibe. I wasn't getting no, like he really was just like, I see you, sis. You doing it. And I was like, oh, has it been that long since somebody given me a compliment?
Like when people compliment your shoes, you'd be like, oh, you noticed my shoes?
Appreciate that. So I didn't even catch his name or nothing, but shout out to him because he definitely lifted my
Keep doing your thing, young king.
You know what I'm saying?
Young black king.
But yeah, so like I was saying, we want to keep it light and kind of fun, but you know, I always come with the shenanigans and the questions.
Be a shenanigans.
So this is definitely going to be a little bit of scattered conversations, questions that need answers.
Oh my God.
And so I was trying to think of who can we call to get a really good perspective about questions that need answers as it pertains to the single life, dating, just being out here, like living that life. So I figured it's probably a good idea to call my little brother because he's my younger brother, but he ain't little. Like,
so Ian is
a whole grown man
out here. He's out here. He's all the way out there.
Ian is 27, and I cannot believe it. Like,
can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Does Ian belong to the streets?
Hey, let's call Ian and I ask him that question. Let's call Ian.
Hello, dearest sister of mine.
What's up, Ian?
What's up? What y'all on today?
Man, I got Jeanne on the phone, and we decided to call you because we needed a male's perspective, a young, single, Black male's perspective on questions that need answers and dating life shenanigans. So we all about the foolery today.
I got all the answers, man. I speak for all my Black brothers.
That's what we want.
I'm lying. Don't.
Right.
Not for all the Black brothers.
This is more Ian commentary, not.
I mean, so Ian, you're 27, right?
Yes, sir.
27.
You're so old. I remember when you were so little. I remember.
You ain't have to say all that.
You used to bother me and Mia.
Cut all this shit out. So you're 27, working, single.
Big job, yes, sir.
In the dating pool, I can say. Out here living your best single life, right?
Amen.
Single and looking, single and having fun.
I'm having fun, but I'm looking, man. Honestly, at the beginning of this year, I made the decision that I am actually looking for something serious.
Okay. This is news to me. Like, this is my little brother. This is news to me. I
literally just asked Mia if you belong to the streets.
Yes, she went.
As of right now, yeah, for sure. I definitely belong to the streets. Me and the streets are one.
I knew it.
Did you hear what he just said? He said, me and the streets are one.
He just proved it. I mean,
walk outside, look down, you're going to see me. That's me.
What we always say, we're clairvoyant. I knew it.
He knew it.
Feeling.
So then you can definitely indulge us with these scenarios and these questions that need answers. So we're answering it from the perspective of we are in the same mind frame. Like, this is what single Mia and single Jeanne would do. In our 30s, though, because we are in our 30s. This is what we would do. So we're going to answer these. We're going to keep it two Virgils on here today. And we're going to tell it like it is. So I had some questions that I just sit in my lair and think of all these really crazy questions. So
evil.
I'm going to throw out some scenarios and y'all got to give me what you would do.
I feel like I'm on a game show. I'm so excited.
It's going to be fun, but you got to keep it two Virgils.
Oh,
so gotcha.
Let's go with Jeanne first. Jeanne, you are out with your prospective new boo, your person of interest. Okay. And a woman sends him a drink. and then she winks at him. What's your reaction? What are you going to do?
So honestly, and I know this is going to sound like bougie, but I mean, I'm fake bougie, so it makes sense. I wouldn't really say or do anything when it came to her because she's not my concern.
Mm-hmm.
And I would just, the only thing that would concern me was how would he react? Now, is this like a first date? This is a first date?
No, y'all been seeing each other for a little minute.
Okay. So, yeah, like if it was a first date and he reacted poorly, I wouldn't care because it's a first date and I don't mind ghosting. That's like no issue at all. And, but if it was like a 6th date, it depends on how he would react to it.
Okay. So it depends on what his reaction would be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because what she got going on ain't none of my business.
Right. What would you say? You out with your prospective new boo, somebody you interested in, and a guy sends her a drink and he gives her a good old wink. What's your reaction? What you gonna do?
I'm gonna be like, babe, get in the section and get us some drinks.
And you get us
back in college. Back in college, I was dating this girl, very pretty girl. And so when we would go out, a lot of people like invite her to the section and stuff like that. She would just sneak drinks down to me, and I had no problem with it.
Hey,
Ian, that didn't start off with your generation. That used to happen with me and Mia all the time.
Well, I inherited the game.
Yeah,
I don't know what she's talking about.
She has.
I gave her 2 virgins.
Hey, okay,
got that good game, girl.
So I think if a lady or a woman or a girl decides to send my little boo thing a drink, that's my drink, and I'm gonna drink that drink.
Oh my
and
gosh,
then I'm gonna wink back at her. I'm gonna wink back at her and be like, "Hey, girl, thank you for this drink."
I hope he slides the drink over to me so I can be like, "Oh,
for me,
thanks,
girl, free drink," and we gonna keep it at that. Like, but I do agree with what you were saying. It really does depend on how he reacts. If he ain't really, he don't really care, that's cool. But if he making a big deal about it, I don't know, I'm looking at you funny.
Right.
Yeah.
So here's another one. Is this smart, or is this something you would do? Is it smart to go on a pre-date, like a little warm-up before the date to see if the date is worth it?
Bruh, isn't a pre-date just the first date? Like, I don't understand.
No,
yeah, we need some clarification.
Like the pre-date, let's say, well, before I commit to taking her out to dinner at this nice restaurant, let's go for coffee. Let me see where her mind at. Let me see what she about, type of thing.
But it's still a date.
I mean, I agree, but it's
just not a formal date. It's more casual.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Ian, you answer. How would you feel if a girl
I think it's unnecessary, man. I can discern all I need to know on that first date.
Yeah.
And
I don't even do coffee, so I don't know how pre-date
frozen yogurt, a workout. I don't know. What do people do for pre-date? I don't know. I don't mind a pre-date because a pre-date is going to show me like how you are in public. If we've never been out in public before and you like old dude off of that Tyler Perry movie where he was slopping up them shrimp and yelling in the restaurant, we gonna have a problem.
Yeah, I don't think I have an issue with a pre-date, but in my mind, a pre-date is just the first date. So if, let's say our pre-date is someplace like, I guess like private, maybe like, I don't know, like a small bar, coffee or something like that. Mm-hmm. To me, that's just a first date. So I'm gonna ask you the same questions, and we're probably gonna have the same type of conversation we're gonna have on a regular date. It's just it's less pressure on that date because it's not as formal.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So,
but I do have a problem with people calling it a pre-date. So if he asks me out and he say, "Can I take you on a pre-date?" I'm gonna be like, "Ghost."
Well, it's almost like saying, before I asked you out, are you going to come over and chill at my house?
Like that's the pre-date.
I mean, it's before the official. We are going out on a date. I asked you out. That type of thing.
as a lady in these streets, I'm not going to chill at somebody's house I don't know.
Real.
So
I don't advise for you to do that.
That's
ladies.
pretty forward.
Yeah.
When y'all go on a date, come over.
Okay, so what do you do when you and your prospective boo, bae, whatever you call them, they ask you out on a date, and then your first date turns into a double date without your knowledge?
Yeah.
They decided to invite their homegirl, their homeboy, and then the homegirl, the homeboy, invited their significant other. All of this without asking you. Now y'all in the booth or at the table or wherever. Like, everybody just out there. Is that awkward AF or is that cool?
Ian, have you ever had that happen to you?
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't
my
like it.
God.
No.
You didn't like it?
like that. No. It is very
Tell us
awkward.
more.
I mean,
Tell us more.
it's in this situation, it's like 5 other people you don't know, so you got to get to know them, get to know your date. It's just too much, and then it's like that weird unspoken competition. Like, yeah, we're a cuter couple, that type of thing.
Oh, who's the cuter couple? but you don't even feel comfortable with your date because it's a first date, and you
right. I don't even know you.
Right. I don't know you, girl.
Bunch of strangers.
Why you rubbing on my arm?
So awkward AF.
Very.
I do not, under any circumstance, invite nobody into our first date. I will never speak to you again.
I'll roll with the punches because I know that party is probably innocent. And so I don't want them to feel uncomfortable by my reaction to it. So I'll probably get through it. But afterwards,
yeah, I get through it.
I think I'll probably
I wouldn't be cool with it. It would be awkward AF.
This is like a first date?
First date.
Oh yeah,
and it turned into a double date.
That's bad.
After that,
that's horrible.
Yeah, I can't deal with you after that.
Yeah, that's horrible.
So, have either one of you ever dated or were interested in a coworker?
Jeanne, you first.
Yes.
Oh.
A couple of times.
Oh, share.
But both of those situations taught me a valuable lesson. And that lesson is sometimes it's just proximity. It's not attraction.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, and you should just take it as what it is. You know, people say have work husbands and work wives and stuff like that. Like, that's just it. And just leave it at that. I haven't had any in a while, but yeah, I definitely had some back in the day.
Well, there was one person that like you said, maybe it is proximity, I thought I was interested in. Right. And it didn't last long.
Right.
It didn't turn out good because he showed up to work one day wearing colored contacts.
Legitimate reason.
Now listen. He was a fine chocolate bald-headed guy with a beard. And you could tell he worked out, all of that. Okay, cool. This dude was fine without the contacts. He showed up to work one day with these fake light brown hazel looking contacts where you knew they were fake.
I think that was a great reason, Mia. I see nothing wrong with that at all.
All of the attraction just drained itself out, and I never looked at him the same. I couldn't.
For me, it's like when you have an experience with those people outside of work, it's totally different.
I don't know.
I say I agree with Jeanne. I mean, that proximity, it's kind of like a high school thing. There's people you see every day. Mm-hmm. You find things to like about people you see in them every day.
That's true.
I definitely had some go-arounds with some people at work. Not anymore. I work at night, so it's only us guys.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
But didn't work.
It don't seem like it ever does.
No color contacts though.
No. Now, Jeanne, as a woman, do you ever offer to pay the bill on a date?
Oh yes. That is something that I do not mind doing it all. I feel like we're adults. We're all adults. We all have bills to pay. Hopefully we have equal pay. Fingers crossed. So, you know, I don't feel like I need to be taken care of. And it's not a thing of showing them that I know I don't need to be taken care of. It's just like, you know, in my life and in my experiences in the men around me, like my dad, he takes care of so much. So why not like just give him that relief and show him like, hey, you don't have to pay for this. Look, I got this time. And a lot of times they're surprised because they're not used to it. and like a lot of them, a lot of the guys I dated, when they are used to paying for like everything every time they go to their families, they pay for it. You know, stuff like that. So it's just like, I got this time, no big deal.
Okay. Ian, would you ever let your date, a woman, pay for a date or pay the bill on a date?
If this not first date, you know what I mean? If we've been dating or in a relationship for years, or, you know, we got that, I guess, comfortability with each other, then yeah. Because
what about the first date?
No, for sure not. No.
Okay.
No.
And that's the thing. I never had a guy like actually let me pay.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think a lot of the men that I've gone on dates with, I've never paid on the first.
Yeah.
It's too much, you know? I mean, even if it's a, I don't know, independent thing, you want them to, however you look at it, it's just going to be something down the road if you start your first date off like, for sure.
We going to be looking at you kind of funny. Here's a scenario, because on the first date, if you, a man, approach me and ask me out, you damn right you paying for this date. You approach me, so you're going to pay. Now, what about this? What about this? Y'all are on a date. This is your first date, and you and new bae, they go to pay for the bill, but their card gets declined. What do you do? What's your reaction?
Put some plastic on it.
If their card gets declined and they like, oh, dang, I ain't know. What do you do?
What if they blow on the card like a Nintendo cartridge?
Can you try it again?
I got it wrong.
Sir,
flip it over.
Tried this card 3 times.
Flip it the other side.
Try the other way.
If you, Jeanne, if new bae, fine as he want to be, that card got declined, what you gonna do?
I'm triggered. I am triggered. Okay, so I've had this happen to me twice. But
Guilty.
Both times they did have money. It was really like issues. And like they literally just like pulled out their phone, tap, 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 gave the card back. Everything was fine.
Okay.
Like, and it was the same card. I took notice of that.
Because we be watching.
Right. And everything was fine. So are you asking like if they didn't have the money and then looked at me like, so?
I mean, he don't have the money right then and there. The bill got to get paid somehow.
So I'm going to pay the bill because I'm not going to put that waitress in an uncomfortable situation because she's not a part of this. So I'm going to pay the bills. But then afterwards, you said this first date? I'm going to ghost him.
Hey.
Ghosting USA.
Okay.
I believe in ghosting. Ghosting all the way.
If you're listening, this girl has said ghosting 3 times. Just keep count. Start keeping count. I mean,
you need a buzzer. I'm a ghost him.
I am in
full support of ghosting. If your card got declined,
man,
on a date?
I am scarred by some things that has happened before.
Keep it 2 virtuals. Has this happened to you before?
Yeah, but I've been the guy that was in the payee position. So say somebody was going to pay for the bill or their portion of the bill.
Okay.
I don't want to keep it too many virgins, but you know. And it got declined, so now everybody looking at you to pick up that slack. Ooh. But that happened more often than not, right?
Like y'all in a group setting?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, that's
maybe say we're going to get drinks or you know, they've got those restaurants where they don't split the tab. Everybody just got to put up their, yeah. So that's happened a lot.
So, well, what would you do in a scenario where maybe the girl was adamant about paying the bill, and when she paid it, her card was declined?
Oh, I'll easily play that. That's not it. I mean,
but
if it was
how would you react afterwards? How would
you continue to see her?
Yeah.
Or would you try to understand the situation?
I'm not gonna go. I'm not even gonna ask about it, man. Like I said, it happens too much. I'm just
that's true.
But that happened. That happened in your lower 20s. We're talking about now. Like me and I, we are in our 30s. So if a dude who's in their 30s card declines on a first date, those are red flags. It's not just, oh, you're in college, or oh, you're looking for in between jobs. It's not like that. It's like, why are you asking me on a first date if you know you don't have the financial means?
I hope you know what that bank account looking like.
I would rather you keep it 100 with me about your financial situation, because that shows maturity to me. Like if you in between jobs or looking for something, or you just trying to like make sure you follow a budget, you tell me that, and then we could figure something out.
Right.
But if you just go into it fronting like you got money and your card declined, that means you always gonna be fronting about something.
You gotta impress me.
Yeah.
I will try to understand a guy's situation. Whatever the situation is, I'll hear you out. If you want to explain why your card got declined, I will totally hear you out, but I can't guarantee anything after this first date.
Yeah.
For sure, our next dates or our following dates after that would be cheaper. For sure.
Yeah. It would be very easy on the pockets.
Yeah.
Maybe if it happened on the 5th date, I definitely would like give them room to explain. But my thing is like when you're on the first date with somebody, you don't really know them, so you don't really owe them much, you know. If it's like a 5th date, it's like, okay, well, I know more about you. I kind of know what type of person you are, because at that point, I don't know what type of person you are, and I don't know what you're trying to do. So it's like I know what type of person you are, so I will give you the benefit of the doubt, and I will listen to you.
Yeah. Okay.
I ain't wasting my time. I'm in my 30s.
TikTok. Okay. Have either of you ever gone out with someone, but you realized later that they were just using you to make their ex or their current crush jealous?
Go ahead.
Go for it, Ian.
No, I don't actually. I don't think I have.
Have you
I just didn't realize.
You didn't realize it. Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay. Have you ever been the person to use someone else to make someone that you really like jealous?
Ooh.
Yeah. So when I first got out of Mia, you know, I was still dating XYZ. Keep it two Virgils still.
Two Virgils.
So coming out of there, start that Riri.
But keep it all the way two Virgils over here.
That fell through for whatever reason. And everybody I talked to after that, I was like, man, I gotta start.
Right.
I mean, that goes away. You know, eventually, I guess with maturity or time, whenever you kind of get over,
a little bit of both.
Them to feel me when I'm out here like that. Now I just don't care.
Yeah.
So I guess after time, I got over that.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm like that anymore. Hopefully, I've not had that situation happen.
I hope not.
I understand it. I did something like that in college. I actually went out with a guy who I had no interest in I don't know if it was to make the other guy jealous, but it was really to like get him off of my mind, like not think about him, not pay attention to what he was and was not doing, because he was doing, or he wasn't doing what I wanted him to do. So I was like, well, I'm gonna go over here. And it didn't work.
Have you had it happen to you? Have you had it happen to you?
Like Ian said, not that it's something that I probably haven't realized. If it has happened to me, I'm not aware of it. But I mean, stuff like that happens all the time. Like people be out here playing games.
I don't know if it ever happened to me. I know that like there was a time where like I got ghosted, and then this guy like he had like posts on social media of him and his ex. I don't know if like he was using me, but at the same time I wasn't talking to him long. So when he ghosted me, I didn't really care.
Oh, so that leads me to my next question. Have you ever ghosted somebody? And how did you do it? Everybody's guilty of doing this.
I'm going to go first.
She has said ghosted like 7 times. I hope y'all keeping count.
The spokesperson.
Yes, definitely.
The floor is yours.
I am 100%. I am in support 100% of ghosting.
Is this a hashtag unpopular opinion?
Maybe. I don't know. But here's the thing. I feel like if it's date like 1 through 3, 1 through 4, I don't know you. I'm just trying to get to know you. Mm-hmm. It's like any other type of relationship in your life. If you had somebody that was a friend and then that friend, like somebody you met just somewhere out and y'all became friends and exchanged numbers, because women, we tend to do stuff like that. And then like that person stopped texting you, it's not a big deal because you didn't really know them. And you don't know what they got going on. So with a guy, I feel the same way. Like times when I got ghosted, it wasn't a big deal. So when I ghosted people, it wasn't a big deal for me. And you know, like, but if we was like on date 5, that's the thing. And I got ghosted, you know, it's more like a worry.
Basically, y'all are dating.
Right.
And it's been a period of time.
Right. So at this point, I care for you. I have some type of care for you. Like, and I probably have some emotions towards you that I'm trying to straighten out. But when I've gotten ghosted after like, I think it was 6 months.
That's a long time.
Yeah,
that's a long time.
That was messed up. But at the same time, I have like this 2 communication max.
A 2-time rule.
Right. I will reach out twice. And if it is not reciprocated, I just don't text. And I'm just like, okay, well, they ghosted me and I accepted that.
But so let's say you texted them twice and they never returned your text and you applied the rule and you just like, forget it. It's done. It's a wrap. Delete your number, blah, 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 blah. Move on.
Right.
What if like their grandma died or their phone was broke or like something happened to where they could not communicate?
I don't block people.
Oh, okay.
So if he texts me and he explains something like that, of course I'm gonna be understanding. But because like at the same time, I feel like the 2 text rules still apply. He's going through something, so obviously he the last thing he was focused on was reaching out to me. So I'm like, okay, at the same time, I'm giving him space too.
Right. So that reminds me of the Nathan and Issa scenario on Insecure. He had to go back home for a minute and get his life together because he found out he was bipolar, like he got diagnosed with bipolar disorder.
Right.
So when he came back,
Nathan was gone for like a month. So if it was something like that, like I understand your situation, but if we're dating and we have had the conversation about the next step, like Issa and Nathan had, and you just ghost me for a month and try to come back, it's curtains. Like, yeah. Like, because like I understand your situation, but at the same time, if you can't communicate this to me, like, what does this even say about how you feel about me and what we trying to make this?
So have you ever ghosted somebody? How did you do it?
Oh, yes. This is gonna sound so bad.
Cue the future.
Oh my God.
You go grab my popcorn. Hold up.
I know, man. Okay. I don't think I ever told you this, Mia.
Oh man.
I ghosted somebody because the first time we hung out, he drove me, and I did not know this, to his family's house. He said he was dropping off something, but then when we got there, it was like a get together, and he asked me to get down and meet his mom.
Oh man!
Wait, the first time y'all hung out?
The first time we hung out. Curtains.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a wrap.
I was young though, so don't blame me. I had a young mind.
I mean, if that was me in the situation, I would have got down and I would have met his mom and done all that. But you right, after that situation, I would have been like, deuces.
Well, I had to get down because it's not like he asked me in the car. He got down, he went talked to his people, and then he brought some of his people to the car and asked me in front of them. So it's like I didn't even have the choice.
You have a choice.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Ian, have you ever ghosted somebody?
Yeah, and I'm not
do it.
I'm not a date one ghoster.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I'm like 3 or 4. Unfortunately,
that's so bad.
But it's because okay, date one. If I see a bunch of stuff that I don't like at date one, it's gonna be in the back of my head. But I give you the benefit of the doubt.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I see like a repeated offender, usually I can notice that, or the red flag hits me around date 3 or 4.
True.
And I just stop all communication. Textbook ghost, run the play.
I want to ask you a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Have you ever been on date 3 and not ghosted based off of those red flags you got in date 1?
Right. So you saying I should have listened to date 1? Right?
No, I'm asking you. Like, has it ever worked out where you got red flags in day 1 and then at day 2 and 3 you was like, oh, okay, well, I'm glad I gave him the benefit of doubt and a chance. Like, has it ever worked out giving them the benefit of the doubt?
Maybe once ever.
Dang. Statistics are low.
But it was already post-ghosting for me to figure it out.
Oh, he had already ghosted.
So.
See, look, the proof is in the pudding, people.
So have you ever been ghosted, Ian?
I've been like semi-ghosted, like ghosted until they need something or that, you know what I mean? Like,
now that's rude.
Partial ghosting. Like, I won't talk to you till you in my city or something like that, or
I hate
blase.
that.
Mm-hmm. But typical. Just don't leave you on red. Cut and dry.
That is so wild.
That's rude. At least I don't put my red on.
Right. I don't have my read receipts on because that's just
rude.
People who do have their read receipts on, y'all grimy for real.
Y'all attacking me. Y'all attacking me now. Hold on.
Straight up narcissist.
Y'all are some narcissists for real.
Like, why do you have to have that on?
Oh my god.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead, man.
So I have been ghosted, and my ghosting story, I'm gonna spare y'all the details because it was just so ridiculous and so complicated. But I got ghosted. I got ghosted by a dude who was like low-key a drug dealer, and I didn't know it until
was he in jail?
He was in jail. Like the lies were astounding. He was like, I gotta move back to Colorado because I'm an architect and I work for my uncle's architect firm. Lies.
You never told me this.
All the lies. Y'all, I really, really like this dude. And I'm ashamed at how much I really like this dude. And it was just, your girl was blind. So he was like, yeah, well, I got to fly out. And it sounded legit. I had graduated college at this point. He played me like a
I'm looking at you so different right now. The judgment.
It was a dude that we had crushes on each other when we were kids. You know, you think about I don't know, whatever.
Yeah,
I told you I'm a nostalgic person. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's embarrassing. But
okay.
He was like, yeah, I gotta fly back out to Colorado. I gotta do some work, but I'll be back in 2 weeks. And I was just like, okay, well, we'll chat, we'll Skype, we'll talk every day. Oh my gosh, like so stupid. Telling all my business.
We all have a few in the pot. It's
Telling
okay.
all my business. So he goes to Colorado. First of all, he don't say bye. We had spent almost every day together.
Are you sure he didn't go to jail? I feel like
no, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know. This is before social media was like you document what you're doing like every day. So I didn't know.
Before prisoners had Facebook pages.
But he wasn't like going to jail. I didn't find out till the drug dealing thing till years later. But he went to Colorado and he was there, and 2 weeks turned into 2 months. 2 months turned into 3, 4, 5. Next thing you know, it's a whole year later, and I'm like, did I get ghosted? Like, he was still posting on social media. He would post on Facebook every so often, and he would just be out in Colorado, like living his best life. Like, I don't even know why he was in Lake Charles, but he was in Lake Charles for all of a month and then just dipped. I've never seen a dude again. And when I asked him about it, like a whole year later, I was like, basically like, what the heck? He's like, yeah, I'm elusive.
Whoa, the nerve. The nerve.
Like, it was the dumbest thing I had ever heard. Like, God. I got played.
The nerve.
Like, yeah, I'm always. Yeah, he was like, I'm like a catch me if you can kind of dude. I'm always and I was like, before you left, like you was trying to be in a relationship and you swore you were coming back. What was all that? It was just all bad. Like,
so have you ever ghosted somebody?
I feel like I have, but I can't remember.
You probably have.
I feel like I have ghosted.
I feel like you've told me about like never contacting somebody again.
Oh, so that leads me to my next question. When you're out with someone, maybe for like the first time, do you know, like within like the first 30 minutes, if you want to see them again? Like as far as like a date or like hanging out or something?
I would like to say yes, but I think no. I think sometimes people could shock you. I know a lot of times like anxiety, especially social anxiety and nerves, get in the way of people like presenting their best selves initially. So I would probably give it, if it was like an awkward date but not a bad date, I would give it another chance.
Yeah. I've been on a couple bad dates to where like in the first few minutes I think to myself, I don't think I'm gonna ever see this dude again. Wait till I tell Sean. It's happened a few times. Like it's happened more on the negative side. Like I know if I don't ever want to see this person again.
Oh
like,
yeah,
I know I'm
definitely
not gonna go out again with this person.
Red flags go up, I'm out.
Yeah, but if it's like
bouncing,
did you know you went to see them again? It's kind of like you just let it happen. But the focus is on the negative side. I know real quick if I want to deal with you. Yeah. What you say, Ian?
But I think it's the positive. I mean, if it's a good date or you're giving good signs from the beginning, then for sure I want to try it again. But as far as the negative, like you said, the social anxiety, and it's just a bunch of things that can make a date go bad. Yeah. And I'm always giving the benefit of the doubt, unfortunately, because I'm a third or fourth date ghoster. So, if it's a bad date or I notice some bad qualities, I'm probably gonna do it again.
Ian's always gonna go on a second date.
Ian is a man about the town. He likes to be out.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say always a second date. No.
You've had some bad first dates?
Oh yeah. Well, never mind. I ain't gonna bring up people. But yeah.
So you have to mention names.
Tell us the situation, but don't tell us the name. What was the bad first date?
It was a blind date, and I got set up because a family member was dating some of their friends or one of their friends.
Interesting.
I'm gonna say a name, Rakita, and that's all I should say. And that tells you how the day went.
Sorry, girl.
That's how the day went.
Whole government name out here.
Jesus.
Dang, girl. Sorry.
Can we get more details? I'm like, what a popcorn at? Like, I want more details.
All the way real.
2 versions.
That date must have been really bad.
Man, first of all, I'm spending 3 hours trying to, in my head, if you hear a name like that, I'm like, hey, You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then we went to go see, what's the movie? Angels and Demons. That's the Da Vinci Code part 2.
Yeah, the part 2.
Oh my God. And they were very religious. So, nag.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry.
God wouldn't do that. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh
all right.
my God. It's
That's
a movie.
bad look. Dang.
I would have ghosted her.
Oh, I did. Well, we go to those church conventions with USAC. Shout out USAC. Last time I saw her.
So
yeah, put it together, Mia.
Okay.
Put it together.
Okay. I really just had a moment. Okay, I got you.
There you go.
Dang. Okay, so she was a bad day. She got ghosted. Well, I hope you're doing well.
Sorry.
Did I tell y'all about the time I went on a date with a guy who was just so overly enthused to go out that he was doing like too much, and I can't say his name, Jean, because you know him.
Ooh, tell me more. Tell me more. Give more details.
So we are at an Italian place, and I
already know.
Johnny Carino.
Heck no.
Oh.
No. But he proceeds to, like, I order my food, he orders his food, he proceeds to cut up my food.
I forgot about this.
And he asked me if I wanted him to feed me. And y'all know I can't hide my facial expressions. The look on my face was like, if you don't put my fork down and eat your food on that side of the table, like the whole date was just so crazy. He cut my food up. Like he cut my chicken parmesan up. So he was like, he stabbed my chicken and was like, here you go. And I was like, put it down. It was so awkward. He was like, I just want to help out. I just want to do anything I can to make sure you have a good time. And I was like, well, this ain't it, bro.
I've had a bad first date.
That was the first date.
He didn't cut up my food, thankfully. But he kept the compliments he kept giving me was creepy AF, man. It's like, you ever been around a guy where they just keep complimenting your body? I don't know why dudes think that we want that.
So I'm assuming that it wasn't tastefully done.
It was like, do I have my taser in this purse? Or did I put it in my other purse? It was like that. It was just creepy.
Yeah. Okay, so I have another scenario-based question, and this is the one that I really want to know y'all's opinion on, because as we're getting older, we're starting to nail down what we want, what we don't want, what we'll entertain, what we won't entertain. And so let me break this situation down. You are out with a group of friends and there's no strings attached in this mixed group. So there's some guys and there's some girls, but you've been seeing someone. So you've been on 3 to 4 dates with an outside person, but your friends are getting together and there's some guys and some girls in the mix. Now, the person that is in your friend group, there's a person there that you really connect with. They fine as I don't know what. They're single as well. They check off all of the initial attraction type of things. I like this person. They're cool. We can hold a conversation. We're vibing. We're laughing. We're talking, having a good time. Body language is there. They feeling me. I'm feeling them. And the outside person shows up to where y'all are. So now you got this person that you've been seeing, but you have this person that you just met that you are really feeling. The chemistry is on point, and you realize you are more interested in the second person than the outside person. You trying to get the new person's number. But the outside person, what do? Do you send them away? Do you still entertain them? How do you work juggling these two situations?
Sound like a math question. If guy one was in a bar. It's
but
messy.
then, yeah, it's real messy. But the person that you have been seeing, y'all are not boyfriend and girlfriend. You met this person off of a dating app or something like Bumble or something. And there's no strings attached, but y'all have been out on a few dates and they've been invited to this place. What do you do? How do you juggle that situation?
I guess I'll go first. I'll go first. I'm very I'm very into not labels, but having what we are out in the air. You know what I mean? I don't want to have to. I'm opposed to situationships now, right?
Okay.
So I don't want it to be like, all right, if we exclusive, then yeah, I'm not going to entertain the new girl. But if we never said that this is us, I mean, we can't see other people, then I'm going to fully work within my means. And try. I mean, I would just try to balance both. I don't really have a plan, but I would definitely try to entertain both at the same time if I could.
Would you be trying to get the second person's number?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Oh, for sure.
What about how, like, let's say you get their number and you still have to deal with this first person. Do you phase them out? Do you juggle both? How long do you juggle them?
It's post ghosting period too, so.
No, she said 3 and 4, so that's prime time right there.
Oh yeah, that's your prime time. I forgot that's your prime time.
That's hilarious. So the outside person might get ghosted. That's real.
But I don't know.
Keep it two Virgils, man.
You would have to weigh. I mean, what I don't know how we click, what each person brings to the table, that type of thing. But I don't have a problem with having to choose between each of the two if we're both kind of like equal footing at that time.
Okay. For context now, this second person has your interest way more than the other person.
Than my Bumble.
Different. Something different about this vibe. The person that's at the bar, body language, the chemistry, the conversation, all of that is on point. And then this first person, you're kind of like, do you friend zone them? You keep them in the back pocket? Like, what do you do in that situation? Ian said he ain't opposing to having to choose.
Oh. You know, I agree with Ian. I feel like I would. But wait, Ian, you invited the girl to come to the club before you realized, or wherever, before you realized that you was attracted to girl too. So how would you balance that if you invited her?
So, question, I didn't know I invited her. Oh, then yeah, I definitely go with what I was with Bumble Girl for sure.
Okay.
So even though the chemistry with the second girl is unmatched and you and Bumble Girl are not in a exclusive relationship.
I mean, I would focus my energy still on Bumble Girl. If we are a group of friends, because I like to work my game underneath, you know what I mean? I don't have to be direct with it. So if we are a group of friends, then I'm pretty sure I could contact her.
Pass that message along the way.
Hey.
Yeah. Hit up so-and-so for me.
I feel like that's how I would handle it. I feel like I would entertain guy number one because I invited him and we had been on 3-4 dates and I don't want to be an asshole. And plus it's not his fault that guy number 2 was better than him. And then with guy number 2, I would definitely try and play the field a little bit. And knowing me, since we're all going to be together, I would probably do something or say something. I know this is going to sound so bad to make me and guy number 1 seem like we're not that serious. Like
you
probably
play it down a little bit.
Yeah, I would definitely like play it down in front of guy number 2.
That's
and then
dog.
Right, we just chilling. And like at the end of the night, I feel like I would definitely try to slide guy number 2 my number. But I don't think I would ghost guy number 1 because if I was interested in him enough to be on 3-4 dates with him, dating is not being exclusive. Exclusive is being exclusive.
Right.
So, I could talk to both of them, see with my options. So I agree with Ian both ways.
I mean, so, but if guy number 2 piques your interest way more than Bumble guy,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's diverted your attention away from him. So would you friend zone him?
I think I would give it time and see what happens. I don't think I would friend zone him automatically.
Okay. But you really would try to juggle it out a little bit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can do that because you're not tied down. There's no strings attached to anything.
Guys do it all the time. All the time.
I would honestly do the same thing. Like your girl would be getting her flirt on with guy number 2. I'm trying to get that number. like if we all just out here and the vibe is good, like the vibe is great, definitely gonna try to holler. All right, that was fun. So, Ian, thank you for joining us for this not so private conversation.
Thanks,
knew
Ian.
you were going to bring it. You were going to keep it real.
You're great.
We needed that.
The pleasure is mine.
I thank you so much.
Bam.
Anytime. I'm gonna apologize that I couldn't get real vulgar because I don't know if my mom gonna watch this one. But if she watching this one, the next one don't watch if I'm on it because I'm gonna tell it like it is.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hey, Miss P.
All right, Ian, we'll holler at you later.
Later, Gator.
After a while, crocodile. All right. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Thank you so much, long distance besties, for joining us again for another not so private conversation. Don't forget to check us out on Instagram at Jeanne V. Williams. That's at Jeanne, Jeanne V. Williams, and at Perfectly Mia. That's at Perfectly MIA. And if you have any topic suggestions or any questions, shoot us an email at notsoprivatepod@gmail.com.
Make sure you hit the subscribe button. We definitely appreciate it. Remember to leave a review on Spotify, Apple, and Google. You can also find us at Radio Public, Pocket Cast, Overcast, and Breaker. And you can find us on anchor.fm/NotSoPrivatePod. Now you can also hear us on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Not So Private Podcast channel. Now, with all of that being said, join us next time for another Not So Private conversation.